Now, you'll remember this story about Labor's pork barrelling for funding to fix mobile phone black spots. We broke this story in March. To remind you, out of the 54 electorates that received funding to fix their mobile phone black spots, 40 were in Labor seats. Other areas that missed out were in flood or bushfire zones. It's a very blatant case of pork barrelling. Well, now there is new information. There's a January 2023 department document. It states it goes through a detailed analysis of the 54 locations that were selected by the minister, and that was the Communications Minister Michelle Rowland, to receive funding. In Appendix A, it lays out the target locations, issue descriptions, and it has a column for what specific areas had the coverage issues, and for 20 of the locations on the minister's list. 20. There is no known issue listed. This is the department's own document, and it couldn't identify a specific mobile phone coverage issue in 20 of the electorates that were given funding announced by Labor. This is major hypocrisy from Labor because, as you know, they pursued, and rightly pursued, the coalition government over the sports rorts and car park rorts. But they've done the same thing with funding for mobile phone black spots. And unlike the sports programs, having mobile phone coverage if you're in a bushfire zone or a flooding zone is a matter of life and death. This isn't just a Labor or Liberal issue. The independent MP, Helen Haines, was very annoyed about this blatant pork barrelling, and she came on my program to talk about it. The Shadow Communications Minister, David Coleman, has been shining a light on this and has written to the Auditor General to ask for an inquiry. This after the Greens vetoed a Senate inquiry, and David Coleman joins me now. David, thanks for coming in to talk about this. So this is quite extraordinary. I mean, it was extraordinary enough that 40 of the 54 locations giving funding to fix mobile phone black spots are in Labor areas. Now we learn 20 of them, the department couldn't identify an actual problem. Yeah,
there's an actual column in the document that says specific area with mobile coverage issue brackets if known. 20 of them, it's blank. And, you know, this whole program, like, the more you look into it, layer after layer, it just gets worse and worse. Like, 74% of the spots are in Labor electorates. Michelle Rowland admitted on 2GB that she personally selected those locations. And in our two biggest states, New South Wales and Victoria, 100% of the locations that Michelle Rowland chose are in Labor seats. And the department, in putting together this document, hasn't been able to identify the specific area in 20 of those 54 locations.